What's going on, guys? Days here, and today is going to be a little different. We're not going to do, the fucking dunk contest we usually do. Goddamn Harlem Globetrotters, death by 1,000 cuts for pieces of shit, because, we've looked at a lot of different people, like iDubbbz, who have just, completely fallen off, continue to spiral. And, I look at someone like that and I sleep just fine knowing what Ian has had coming, because he did it to himself ultimately, which we'll get to, trust me. But the guy we're talking about today is, I don't know about you, but someone I watched growing up. I bet $3.25 y'all have too. PopularMMOs, he used to do the Lucky Block videos back in the day. Huge, pretty much, one of the corners for the Minecraft YouTubers before it became all that weird fucking gay dream SMP shit. All I know is that there's some dude who bit his girlfriend like a fucking pit bull biting into toddlers. I don't fucking know what that's about, and I don't really want to, because that whole drama sphere is the lamest shit ever. But anyways, I digress. I'm sure you all have seen the body cam footage by now. I do have my fucking Spark notes. I sit there and took good notes, guys. And I just, kind of wanted to, let's dissect it and break it down, play by play here, fucking post-game showing this shit. It starts with the cops approaching him, and already, one of them is going up and like shaking him, wake your ass up or something, like it's a fucking drill sergeant, Gunnery Sergeant Hartman or some bullshit. I mean, if you look at the two guys in the video, one's literally like fat and round and the other's like tall and lanky. Looks like fucking Pinky in the Brain. They got like this good cop, bad cop routine going. You got one of the other officers saying get home safe, and it's clear he's fucked up. He's out like a log. And it's just kind of weird to me, because I've seen a lot of videos where police officers respond to like veterans taking their own life, and they relate with the fact that, they're a veteran and they've been in that position. And it's just really weird to see a situation where this person's clearly mentally disturbed and, unwell, which we'll get to, and they aren't really helping it out. And it seems like the only reason that they say they want to support and help this guy is to get him on a fucking gotcha later. So then we find out later that his friend dropped him off. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. He had a ton of Fireball and weed in his bag, and I honestly don't know if he, was using the weed himself or whatnot. It's just really sad, the kind of people that he's with around now who are just, very clearly not being a good influence in his life. Because, the good book says bad company corrupts good character, and it's very clear. I mean, Pat is, he's fucking out of shape. I mean, he looks like fucking Peter B. Park in the Spider-Verse movie, you know what I mean? Like, he is just like PopularMMOs back in the day. He was kind of a jacked guy, like he was a little bit fucking yoked. But now it's just, it's so sad to see, man. He gets into the car to warm up and charge his phone, so he can have someone pick him up. I doubt they would have even fucking came. Anyway, it gets to the point where they get him out of the car to put him in cuffs and arrest him. And then he resists. And then he says, I'm tired of it all. And that's fucking depressing to hear, no matter, where you hear it from. That's the shit someone says when they want to die, like fucking Red Dead Redemption 2, that one scene with Arthur Morgan. It's not normal to hear, considering how much I used to hear this guy, laugh and have fun and have a good time. And it's just like, it's just heartbreaking to see, man. And a lot of these times when I'm covering these people, a lot of the time they do deserve it, but with PopularMMOs, a lot of it was bullshit, and he had all these fake domestic abuse allegations placed on him after his divorce, and I think it's just fucking caused him to spiral. Like, he literally has no one close to him who's willing to support him, and it's just genuinely sad. And so, of course, the police go up, it's like that fucking scene in Rambo where they brag about, the fact that they caught, oh, look at the little military man we got here, G.I. Joe, and that's what they fucking do to him. And, call him YouTube boy and says, oh, my 5-year-old does it, and he can Minecraft that. What the fuck is this? Just reminds me of that one fucking brother from Home Alone who was the bully, you know what I mean? These fucking little zingers they're coming up with in the head, high-fiving and slapping each other's asses over. It's just not funny at all. And in my opinion, I think it's just a little bit out of taste to be reveling in the fact that this guy has completely crashed and burned. So because of this, he got 10-month probation, and he's violated it twice. And like, listen, we've all tried to use them, you know, at some hard point in our life because it's an easy cope. It's a quick fix. I haven't done it to the respect that, you know, PopularMMOs has, but it's just sad to see. It's sad to see a man try to fill the void in his life that very clearly was taken by something he can't replace. And that's Jen. Jen, if you guys don't know, was the former girlfriend and former wife of PopularMMOs. They made all the content together, the Lucky Block Challenge, shit like that. And the saddest thing about that was it wasn't even like messy or anything. It was simply over the fact that he didn't want to have kids. She wanted children and the point to build the family more, and he wasn't ready for that, and they split. I think ever since then, he's been trying to forget about it and move on, because if you look at some of the other videos that they've made, they at least tried to be amicable, but this is, at least, you know, in my opinion, what happens when you try to make, you know, it peaceful with your ex like this, is there's always going to be one party who is still caught up on it. And I don't think, you know, Pat ever truly got over Jen. Not in a way where he could move on with someone else and be happy with someone else. It's very clear that he was just trying to fill the void that she, you know, once had in his life. Jen, he had a really successful channel and he built up 17 million subscribers. You know, just go into any one of his comment section and it's just all support. There's not a single bad word against him, which is, it's fucking sad to see with what's happened, because there's literal pedophiles and child rapists who were Minecraft YouTubers who are walking around the streets free, like fucking Lion Maker literally got off on some fucking bullshit technicality and is still walking around the streets. Last I heard, he was fucking lurking in the H3H3 Discord. You know, like some fucking dormant ancient evil, fucking, like he's fucking Cthulhu or some shit. And it's just sad to see, you know, someone who was a part of a lot of people's lives, you know, crash and burn this hard. Especially as someone, you know, who used to be, well, I still am a fan of his and his content. And I really hope he gets the, I guess I'll close with this. I really hope he gets the help he needs, because there's so many people online who others are wishing for them to fail, you know? And so many people who cause their own failure. Like, look at any lolcow like DSP or Wings of Redemption or Boogie2988 or Review Tech USA. They did it a lot to themselves and no one feels bad. But it's like, with this, everyone wants Pat to get back to a point where he's happy with himself and fucking drinking all the time and doing whatever little drug with your friends. That's not gonna help you, man. I don't know if he's gonna fucking watch this or not. I don't fucking know. But no, I mean, Pat, if you ever watch this, like, no one wants to see you fail, man. Literally everyone wants to see you succeed. And we've all had that. We've all had relationships where, you know, it seemed impossible to get over. And, you know, that connection you had with Jen, you know, it's gonna be impossible to replicate. You'll never have that again. And, you know, the sooner you realize that is the sooner you can be, you know, not just happier with someone else, but happier with yourself, man. Because, like, listen, for the most part, from what I've seen, he's a genuinely good guy. And again, it's not like some other weird, creepy fucking pedophile like Lion Maker, where, you know, they do all this shit behind the scenes. Like, you know, he seems like a pretty stand-up guy, and from what I've seen in the comments too, other people talking about him as well. And, you know, everyone wants to see you succeed. There's not a single person out there, you know, preying on your downfall, and, you know, like, really just get the help you need, man, because these drugs and these friends that you're surrounding yourself with don't give a fuck about you and are just draining you for what little you have left. But yeah, guys, for what it's worth, yeah, I feel really bad for, you know, Pat right now. And I really hope he takes some time to himself to fix things, you know, comes back, because it would be the fucking redemption story of a lifetime. Greater than fucking like Darth Vader or Zuko if, you know, PopularMMOs came back online and he kept making content. We got to, you know, the man could fucking smile for once and be happy with himself in his life. Like, that's the thing. There's so many people, like I mentioned DSP earlier. DSP literally fucking just digs the grave deeper and deeper every single day with everything he does. There's nowhere else that man can go. The walls are caving in, and he's fucking trapped with that lifestyle he has. But with popular MMOs, he actually has something that very few of these people get, and that's a chance. So I really hope he takes it, and I really hope he fixes himself, because it was genuinely disturbing to see him like that. And, you know, I hope the next time I see him, it can be much better and he's much happier with himself. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.